Welcome back, everyone. Bit of bad news. If you remember, didn't bring snowshoes today again. I thought the snow was gonna be a bit more compact. So, if you remember the Bushcraft base camp video, I think 2 days after filming it, we got really warm weather. We got rain for days and for the next 2 weeks probably. So I was hoping to do at least one more video. However, yeah, so some of it came down. Snow's probably a foot deeper than it was, so everything shifted like I thought. But I thought I'd have at least enough time to do one more video here. So it's okay because I actually have to take it down anyway. I need to change locations. Like I said in the last video, I'm about 50 foot away from the road. Like there's an ATV trail back there, so I need to move it anyway. I didn't realize that was there at the time. I'm going to take it down because it's not my property, and generally you shouldn't leave these things up unless unless it's on your own property or you plan on coming back or whatever. So I'm going to take it down and go back about probably 100 feet back into the woods. I'm going to keep the material and build a different shelter today. It's something I've been wanting to do, but I'm running out of time. I think within a month we won't have any snow left here probably, so I think it's my last chance to do it. I'm actually not sure if I have enough snow, but I also don't have a backup plan, so I'm gonna make it work. I don't know if you could hear in the last clip, but there was been a helicopter flying around for what feels like 2 hours. It's probably been like 30 minutes. I have no idea why. They're like doing a grid. They're going straight, coming back, and just slowly. I have no idea what they're doing. The only thing I could think of is there's an ATV trail. Maybe they're looking for someone. Maybe someone's hurt. Maybe they're monitoring. I don't know why they'd be monitoring an ATV trail. So, yeah. I gathered all the materials. I brought most of them here. I brought enough to build my shelter. I might go back for some firewood, but I mean, there's a little bit in this general area that I can grab. So I'll build my shelter now. Losing daylight. I think I have 2 hours of daylight left. So you'll see. I plan on building a snow trench. So I picked a nice flat area. I'm gonna dig it down. Hopefully I can dig down low enough to go to. Yeah, that's the plan, and then I'll show you the beer for today. You might be imagining what I'm doing right now. I dug in. I was supposed to go that way, and then I hit a root right over there. So I end up building this way, digging this way. And now I'm second guessing. I know it's deep enough, and I'm second guessing how long my branches are. I want to put them across to hold the boughs down, but I also want my sleeping pad to fit. And I brought like the monster sleeping pad. If you watched my, which one was it? The A-frame bushcraft shelter I did. I brought that sleeping bag, the big brown one, and I brought the sleeping pad that goes with it. It's absolutely overkill for the temperature I'm in today, but it's going to be super comfortable. So, I think I'm done digging there. I'm actually going to clear up like a small entrance, just so I can walk in there or slide in there. I'll build a fire somewhere, probably around here. That's the plan, but taking a little break now, introduce you to the beer. This is Saint-Ambroise Apricot Ale, Apricot Wheat Ale. It's actually one of my, I would say, top 10 beers. It's a bit on the fruitier side. I'm really strange with beers. Either I'll go for the most bitter stout possible, or I'll go for something like this. So it is better in a glass. You get like the smell and the aroma of it. I'm no beer connoisseur by any means, but it is better in a glass. However, I'm not bringing glass out here. So cheers, everyone. I feel like that the sound of the can opening just echoes in the forest. Cheers. Back to work. This is unbelievably cozy. I could have built the foot area a bit further, given myself like a foot extra of cover, but honestly, this turned out much better than I thought, to be honest. Very happy with this. It smells nice too. Like pine. Alright, now I actually have to get up and start that fire. This is another situation where once I get in here, I'm not getting back out for the night. I'm not crawling out of here. If I crawl out of here once, that's it. Alright, let's get that fire started. I should have enough firewood. All the parts I didn't use for this, I have on the side. I'm debating cutting them up or just leaving them, making a long fire. Might do the long fire route. Yeah, we'll see. Still have to get out of here though. Alright, so I've been getting a bit better at using a fire steel, starting a fire. So I'm going to talk about a little bit how I set up my fire for winter and basically how I start a fire. I'm no expert at this, I'm still learning. I like to do a log cabin style fire because it lets me cook on it as well. But in summer, where you'd normally leave a gap in the middle, I cover the base. That way the big starting embers and coals don't fall through to the snow yet. They have time to actually get some heat and get some other wood dry and keep the fire burning for a little bit. When the fire gets going, it's usually not an issue that they drop to the ground, but to start it at least, I like to get a good base like this, completely flat. Now you'll also see me, I often take a piece of birch bark. It's not the driest thing right now, but I usually put it down, and that like doubles up my protection of the coals not falling to the ground, not falling to the snow. So I set up some of this. Birch bark, by the way, burns really well, but it's not the driest I have here. Just put a bunch of it. I don't know why I got so much. Sort of grabbed everything that was loose on the tree. Let me grab this. Actually, that's wet. So not that. I also found, let me get this out. On the walk here, I pretty much grabbed everything dry I found on trees. So we'll throw that in there as well. When you're starting a fire like this, you want small material and a lot of surface area. Which is why, you got even more, I'm going to be finding stuff in my pockets for a long time. As for the fat wood, I used to think you could just light this entire thing and it would just catch flame. Again, you want small pieces, you want really small pieces, as much surface area as possible. Honestly, don't think I'm getting better. I think I'm just a bit more confident doing this now. And I'm not gonna hide it, I always have a little pack of fire starter in my backpack, which includes like those little starter bricks, a few types of starter bricks, a lighter, some matches. It's about a small bag, about the same size as a wallet. At the end of the day, I'm here to have fun. If I can't get a fire going with this, I'll get one going with matches and whatever else I have in there. And I always keep a few sheets of the Canadian Tire flyer. Get it every week, and honestly makes a really good fire starter. So you'll probably see that often in the videos. The days where it's cold and I just want to get a fire going, I'll typically just do that. Days like today, it's super nice outside. I think it's 4 degrees Celsius. No gloves, no hat, super comfortable. Days like that, I'll try stuff like this. I'll try stuff like I did with my shelter. Experimental days where I know I won't be, if something goes wrong, I'll be okay. At the end of the day, we're here to have fun. Not to get frostbite or anything, basically. Alright, that should be enough. I don't know how much you need, to be honest, but put a little more. I want a little bit in the same area. It's kind of flying all over. Alright, I'm trying to do this in real time. So you can see, by the way, if you don't have this, you can actually scrape the birch bark and get some, which I won't do now because it's going to send this everywhere. So I'll put the knife away. Put the fat wood there. And for some reason, you can do this with the back of a knife. I don't know why, but my knife doesn't have a sharp edge, so it doesn't seem to work. So let's see. There we go. And like I said, I want to do it in real time. The first time I did this, I think it took me 10 minutes. So this is already pretty good progress. And I know matches. Matches do the job. This is just fun. I typically bring storm matches. If you ever see, they light up really quick, really fast. Because I go out in the snow so often, I just think it's the easiest option as opposed to getting the regular, cheaper matches. They can get wet, they can still light. Alright, I'm basically gonna spend the rest of the night eating some hot dogs. These are smoked chicken hot dogs. I didn't know that when I bought them. I'm also not complaining. They're not bad. Condiments would have been a good idea. And yeah, finish the night eating hot dogs, drinking my beer. I probably have an hour left of wood, and then head to bed. Honestly, I was in there for about 20 minutes earlier. It's super comfortable. I think it's my most comfy shelter so far. Very happy with it. It smells great in there too. It smells like pine or spruce. Let's go with pine. It smells like pine. No, I'm gonna sleep pretty well in there. It's also not cold tonight. I think it's maybe 2 degrees Celsius right now, 3 degrees Celsius, and it's gonna stay like that. It's gonna be a super comfy night. Right. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.